Do you remember when we got my Equinox and we were sitting in a Chevy dealership and it was like we were in this little tiny cubicle and there was just like all this chaos happening all around us and people buying cars and selling cars, and then it was like, oh, here's your car, and then they pulled it right up to the door and we just drove off and left. It's just like, this is a different experience. It feels like a luxury experience. And I mean, we've been here, like 3 times?
Yeah.
But it still feels like, I don't know, I feel special.
Yeah.
It's like so nice. And
they even gave us water. All right, there it is. What do you think?
She's beautiful.
Wow, I like the blue. It looks like it's riding kind of high.
Yeah.
I don't know, just walking up to it, like compared to walking up to mine, I feel like it looks a little higher. It's probably not, but maybe it's the color or something. Wow, looks pretty nice. Uh-oh, there's a bug on it. It's got a bug.
It's about to have a lot more than a bug on it.
Let's make sure it's hardware 4. There it is, red cameras. So that's looking good. Go for it, check it out. I mean, it's a Model Y. I don't know.
The cleanest it'll ever be.
Yep, the cleanest it'll ever be. I don't know what else to expect here. Man, black interior is so weird. I'm not used to it now, especially the wood. I like the wood, but I'm just not used to it. And then our cars have not had this in the doors yet. So that's new for us. And then on top of that,
nice, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. And then the Alcantara here, I actually way prefer this over the white, because the white is just like a weird plastic thing and just looks weird to me.
I don't even know the difference.
You don't remember from my car? You'll see it when we next time. But yeah, this is like sound deadening and everything. I just think this is way better than the white.
I like the black a lot.
Yeah, black interior is nice. The thing I think you're going to notice that is really bad about black interior, it gets so hot.
Oh yeah.
So the white interior keeps the car so much cooler. I never thought about that as a benefit, but even in Michigan, it's awesome. So we did get 7-seat. There they are, sitting back there. So you can grab this and scoot it up.
Oh gosh, they are back there.
Yeah, they're up. They're ready to go. So I'm gonna get in.
All right, I'll come over there.
All right. And then you can pick that up so you have more room to get in. See, I fit back here. Come on, what are you people talking about? This is so comfortable. I could be all the way to Florida back here. Oh wait, I gotta move the seat back. So you gotta hit the button and push it. There you go, that's it. So now, this is the legroom I have. I'm 5'9". So yeah, I wouldn't want to be back here for an hour. But
as long as no one's sitting there.
Oh, we gotta move it back more?
Yep.
There you go. There's my legroom. That's why it's for kids. So there, I have legroom there now.
Yeah.
And then one thing people said was another benefit of the back of having the 7 seats is because this middle row is movable, the middle row actually has more room than the middle row in the 5-seat. So the kids are going to be farther away from you in this car than they are in my car.
Really?
Yeah, because when you put this all the way in the back position, when you don't have someone sitting back here, it's farther away.
Why?
So it's just the nature of the way they installed it and the way it can slide.
Oh, okay.
And so they won't be able to kick you and stuff as much.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I like
so
that.
that'll be good. Mm-hmm. All right, let's look at it from the back. All right, let's see. Can I get out of here? Push the button. And then you gotta push it again or something. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'll have to practice, but there you go. Can you take that?
And hey, this is in the middle, not all the way down at the bottom like the X.
Right. In the X, this was stupidly placed. It was way down here, and it would always kind of slide off the side for the anchors, so that's much better. There's one for the middle, too, so you can have 3 car seats. We only need 2.
We only need 2.
Thank God. No, the kids are the best. Take that, show me getting out. All right, so now this is loose. You can just slide it around wherever you need it. But I gotta get out of here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I ain't sitting back there, but it's for the kids. It's for the kids. And then just put it back. There you go. So lock it all the way back there. Let's open up the trunk.
Yeah, this is what I want to see, is when these seats are folded down.
Right, but what do you think right now when they're up?
This is honestly great.
Some people were saying they actually prefer to leave them up because then their groceries don't slide around as much.
That's not what I'm thinking about.
Right, like you don't need more than that for
Does something go here?
groceries. No, it's not like the Model X. In the Model X that had a little door,
Yeah.
there's no door there.
All right,
on either side.
I mean, I could fit a bag, so I might be able to fit all the groceries right here if you didn't need so much LaCroix. Can edit that out.
No, that's fine. So...
And then you just, whoa, look at that!
So it's like motorized, like assisted?
You just push, like click it and it...
You have buttons there too that can do it. So that will be the middle row.
Oh.
Yep. Oh.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the middle row. My bad. I thought you could use these with the buttons too, but I guess it makes sense that you don't need buttons for those.
So that's a lot of room.
Oh yeah, I mean this is huge. This is way bigger now than your X because we had the 6-seater, and you can't put the middle seats down.
Right.
So that's really nice. I mean, if we need that. And then what you do, so actually this was in kind of incorrectly right now. So, geez.
Still a good size sub-trunk.
The sub-trunk is, yeah, still huge.
How do I pull this up?
You just pull it. Well, that's what I was going to say. Actually, another thing I'm liking over the X third row, do you have to pull the button? Maybe you do.
I can't reach it because I'm so... I can't reach it.
All right, so what I am liking about these back seats compared to the X is they're a little easier for me to reach. In the X, I had to crawl into the car. Where's this button? There we go. Ugh, no, they're hard to pick up still. But I can actually reach them while I'm still standing outside the car. I don't have to crawl into it. The X, I had to actually like crawl all the way in there. You went around the front, and that was the way you had to do it?
Yep.
Which was the same as the X? You never really picked them up.
I never picked them up in the X.
Okay. I always did.
The X had like a little button on the side that was easy to...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then they were like kind of far away, you know, from you.
I just did it to clean it, but I don't remember. I don't remember what I did.
You were probably walking around and there it was so big.
Probably.
So cool. And then lift gate, I mean, is good. Shouldn't be anything really different there. Charge port should be the same. Looks good. It's clean. We'll have to fix that.
What?
It's clean.
Oh.
And I guess we'll look at the front just in case. Scheduled. Ooh, look at that. Scheduled at North America, US, Michigan, Detroit, Clarkston, August. Delivery status in wash. Delivery status. That's hilarious. So they have some type of thing going on there where it's like in different modes of delivery on the car. Very cool. So let's open the front.
Cool. Look at that. Like flies open and then slowly goes back. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. Can you do it again?
Yep.
Because that would be new. Oh, yeah. That is definitely new. Mine does not do that.
I barely had to lift it. It just went up the rest of the way on its own.
Very nice. And then we have this gasket thing, which I've seen here before. I guess it's just to keep out water, but like mine doesn't have that and doesn't get water in it. So I don't know what that's about. What are you seeing?
What's that?
That's your tow eye in case you need like to get pulled out of a ditch or something. You put it in there.
Oh.
Yeah. So all cars come with that.
Cool. Never knew that.
Yep. And then we'll put some mats in here and stuff. But yeah, it looks pretty standard. All right, we're going to take it for a drive. I mean, as soon as we finish up insurance.
This glove box is a lot smaller than the X. I had a lot in there. Look at that! Say thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so it's the next day. You can see we were parked over here and we're here. There was some weirdness with the insurance. I don't know. It was really dumb. But it's the next morning. We got the car. We got the kids. They're checking it out. Tesla was also super nice enough to give us these cool Tesla coloring books for the kids with some crayons, so very nice of them to do that. So unfortunately I'm gonna drive it home alone and give you first impressions, and we'll try to get something from Stephanie before I post the video, but might have to come in the future.
Oh, I can already tell the difference in the suspension, let me tell you.
Are you serious?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Wow, I can't.
Holy moly, babe.
Wow, I can't tell yet, but I'm glad to hear. That's why I wanted you to drive it, because I'm not picky about that stuff, so.
Oh yeah, you'll notice.
Yeah, cool.
It was very smooth.
All right, how was it?
Good.
We went 1 foot. All right, so here we go. I just put in the nav. I definitely want to take the highway because I want to experience the road noise and the suspension. And wow, that's a new sound for the shift into reverse, shifted into drive. Yeah, so that's a new sound, but I think that's with software updates. My Model Y is in beta, so it's super behind.
Now turn right onto
Oh
Beck
no.
Lake Road.
No. We always have to turn that off. Which I can never remember how to do. There you go. We'll just mute that. I don't like the talking to me. Alright, so we're heading out. Man, Tesla's delivering a lot of Model Ys today. And yesterday, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe how many Model Ys they were delivering. So far the sound in here sounds amazing. Super quiet. As you probably heard Stephanie say, she felt the suspension right away. It feels good to me, but it's just not something I'm that picky about, so I'm not the best judge for you as to whether or not it is, you know, dramatically better or whatever. So we're on hardware 4 here. If we check out the cameras, my oh my, they are pretty. They look so good on the display. They look very good when you save that footage to Sentry mode. I'll be doing comparisons of all of that for you, of course. Let me know everything you want to know about the difference between this 2023 Hardware 4 Model Y and a 2021 Hardware 3 Model Y. So we're going here, and acceleration feels normal. So I do not have acceleration boost on here yet, but I will be getting it. So let me hear that. Let me listen. Sounds fine. The wind noise, etc., sounds pretty similar to my 2021, which is not a bad thing at all, not a complaint. I am very happy with the sound, the noise in my 2021. Alright, sorry I had to sneeze there. And of course we're behind this semi that can barely move. This is kind of scary and ridiculous. Oh my goodness. So I can't accelerate, I can't really do much of anything. Of course everyone behind me is also moving over. What a terrible start to getting on the highway. Alright, so obviously Autopilot is not calibrated yet, so that'll take some time. It should be, yeah, it's already 1/4 done. It should be pretty quick. Usually it takes a few miles, especially when you're on the highway. Yeah, halfway there and everything. I did already, probably not in this profile though, enable Autopilot and all that, which you have to do while you're parked. Man, that is super annoying. Because yeah, I had enabled it, but now I'm in a different profile, so probably not on. Darn it. Well, I'll turn it on in a minute. Try it out when I can. But yeah, as far as suspension, I guess it does feel pretty good. Now I'm biased from, you know, hearing Stephanie's excitement. But just going over all these little bumps and things in the road, yeah, feels fine. The seat is very comfortable. So that was something I was a little concerned about, because I remember when I switched from black to white, I remember the seats being like insanely comfortable on the white and thinking, man, the white seats must be a little different somehow. But I think honestly it was just that they were new, and I think, you know, new seats are nice and they don't have as much wear on them and everything. So again, not that my seats are bad, but these do feel nice to sit in. So black seats are good. I'm happy. I mean, it is kind of weird to be so dark in here, but at the same time, what's nice is, I mean, you spent $1,000 less on it. You don't have to worry so much about cleaning. And then the big negative for me is it gets so hot in here with the black seats. So yeah, you can see why I use Autopilot so much. I'm just, I can't help but speed when I drive manually. All right, so exiting the highway. I mean, it feels good. Sound is similar to my 2021 Model Y. It's not much quieter, but I'm happy with that. My Model 3 I had in the past, my 2018 Model 3, was super loud everywhere, super windy and everything. And going to the 2021 Model Y was a huge improvement. And this, I would say, is similar to that experience. So that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And it is definitely not as quiet as the Model X. Although I will say smoothness, just in terms of driving on the highway, was pretty similar, actually. So the suspension, I don't know what you're dinging at me for, just getting close. I don't know. So just in terms of the suspension, it honestly doesn't feel that dramatically different from the Model X, but, you know, I also don't think it feels that dramatically different from my car. Wow, that's why you gotta stop at the stop line. Not pull out that far. It does, you know what, as I turn, when I'm turning, I do kind of feel like It's almost a little more floaty versus kind of like a harder, sharper thing. I'm just coming here to turn on autopilot. All right, so autopilot is on. I cannot turn on navigate on autopilot because it's still calibrating. We do have full self-driving on this car. I did the transfer, so I'm keeping my old 2021 Model Y. We sold our Model X that did not have full self-driving, and I transferred full self-driving from my 2021 Y to this new Y, even though I kept my car. So my Model Y I will be trading for Cybertruck whenever that happens. In the meantime, I am subscribing to, what is with all the trucks? I am subscribing to full self-driving on my old car. Right now I'm using referral credits, so it's free, which is great. And if I run out of referral credits, I'll just have to pay the $200 a month. If I want to continue using beta on my car, which I absolutely do, I'm at the point now where I am so used to it, I use it so much that I really do not want to lose it. So I will say driving manually is really bad. I'm so used to autopilot, like even base autopilot, I'm so used to beta that driving like this, manually like this, is like super annoying. But you know, that's just how it goes. Alright, so there we go. Camera calibration complete. Navigate on autopilot available in the settings. So now, haha, I can turn this on, but I can only go 5 over, which is lame. So I will say the font here even looks different than my car. That's interesting. So this is the Ryzen chip. All of this, from what I've done so far, is wicked fast, especially putting in the nav, even though my car was fixed and I got the new connectivity board, so my internet works on my car now, basically, and it'll load nav destinations and stuff. Wow. Typing things into here, clicking navigate to them is pretty amazing, actually. So I'm enjoying that. Everything is so fast. We can go into, well, I guess we could do that later, but in terms of driving, like, here you go. So this is autopilot right now on hardware 4. There is no beta on hardware 4, but it's coming, you know, they're working on it. A lot of speculation about like waiting for version 12, blah, blah. I don't think so. I think it's just not ready, and they're doing everything they can to get it ready, and it'll be here, you know, as soon as they can do that. So I made a video on using Navigate on Autopilot on hardware 4. I noticed no differences. It was a short drive. I didn't have any phantom braking or anything during it. It actually performed, I think, perfectly from what I remember. So that's good. That's the good. If you buy hardware 4 and you get full self-driving or enhanced autopilot, Navigate on Autopilot is stellar, and it seems to be working great, and that's awesome. Along with base autopilot, that's like, you know, it's still got the same quirks as hardware 3. Now, the bad, you pay all this money, either, you know, what is it for enhanced autopilot? $6,000 for that, $15,000 for full self-driving, or you pay the $200 a month. The bad is that you don't get beta, you don't get summon, you don't get smart summon, you don't get park assist. Like, because a lot of those features are missing because there's no ultrasonic sensors. That's not related to beta, but it is related to the other ones. And then you get the vision, you know, park to help you, you know, see. And it's been hit or miss. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to let you know how it works for me and what I think. But from what I hear, some people seem to be fine with it. Other people say it's awful and doesn't work. So, I don't know. It probably depends on exactly the situation you're driving in and everything. But I will test it out myself and let you know what I think about it and how well it works. But as far as autopilot, here you go. It seems to be working fine. No problems at all. You still got the steering wheel nag and all that stuff. So our odometer now has 14 miles on it. Oh, I didn't do I got to do it right now. A new, okay, yeah, just save trip B as all time. All time, there you go. Never reset that one. So apply slight force to the steering wheel. That's the same. We'll give it a minute here just to see if it beeps like normal. I'm sure that's all the same. It's getting mad. Apply, there you go, and it's good. So if you were to let that keep going, it'll yell at you and turn off autopilot for the rest of the drive, but that's all you got. So as far as initial impressions, this does feel really smooth on the suspension, actually. Like on this road, I can really tell as we hit, like you see that little dip that truck just hit and then we hit it, could barely feel it. And again, like I said, when I was turning into parking lots and stuff, that's where I really felt as the car was kind of moving, it was more of a soft roll rather than like a hard movement. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but I can tell that this one is like a little floatier, which is, it depends on your taste. For me, I prefer that, but I know a lot of people didn't really like the S and X suspension because it could be, depending on your settings and exactly the model year, it could be so floaty, and people were like, oh, I want to feel the road, I want to blah blah blah. Well, I don't. I want to be comfortable. I'm not in a race car. I don't really care about any of that stuff. I just want to be comfy. I want to be, this all to be gentle. And we did notice a pretty decent difference from our X to our 2021 Model Y. And I'm wondering, once my wife really gets into this car and it has the kids in the back and everything, if she'll notice, a difference between, let's see how this does. Nobody's behind me, so yeah, kind of goofy. Not bad. If she'll notice the difference between my car, now that she's been driving it a bit with the kids, and this newer Model Y, because, she was saying like something like they'd hit a bump in the X and like nothing would happen. You hit the same bump in the Y and like their snacks would go flying, and like if they have a water bottle, it might even fall out of the cup holder because it was just so much rougher in my car versus the Model X. So it's just pretty interesting to notice all those differences. Parking in the garage. Let's see how this vision crap works. No USS. Now, to be fair, at this point, I don't use them. I don't use them until I'm like getting to the back. So here we go. Okay, I'm in here nicely. No, so normally it'd be dinging because I'm close to that wall with the USS, the ultrasonic sensors. A bunch of stuff back there. Hey, it's dinging. Wow, it says 20 inches still. I don't know exactly what it means, probably looking at the wall. Park assist degraded, distance estimations may be inaccurate. So I'm getting some warnings here, but it's dinging at a good time, to be fair. Like, this is where I would normally park. I don't normally wait for the, like, really, there's a shrill kind of beep that it does when you get really close. So let's just move a little more. Yeah, it's still dinging at me, so that's actually not bad. There we go. So this is about where I'd want to be. It just kind of rolled forward there. So first impressions, it was good enough. It seemed fine. I mean, I can't sit here and say it was more or less accurate than the ultrasonic sensors. Let's hop out and see where I ended up. All right, excuse all my junk, but this is where it ended up, so that's pretty much perfect. Of course, I was using the cameras myself, too, my own eyes, and that's there. So that's a perfect park job. I had no issues at all with the vision-based parking in this scenario. So initial impressions with this brand new Model Y, I did notice the smoothness, that we have a really long stretch of road on the way back home, and I could just tell as we're going down that road, it's just a little kind of, again, a little more of like a glide. It's kind of hard for me to describe, but there was definitely less kind of harshness or sharpness, if that makes sense, in the suspension. So I'm glad that I could tell, because again, as I said, I'm really not that picky with that kind of stuff, and it did seem better. The X, I think, was still a bit better than that, but it makes sense. Road noise-wise, road noise is good. I like that it's quiet. It's similar to my 2021 Model Y, so I wouldn't expect you to notice a difference there. It was not as quiet as the Model X, but Model X has like noise canceling in the headrest and everything, so I don't know how much that really did, but maybe it made a big difference because the Model X was, I would say, significantly quieter than this. I mean, again, this isn't bad, but Model X is better. Double the price, you hope it would be. Value on this car is awesome. I think it's a great choice still if you're shopping for any kind of car, electric or otherwise. What's up?
I want you to come in right now.
I'm coming in. I'm just finishing this little video. Overall, value is awesome here, in my opinion. I think anyone that gets this car is going to be super happy. If you're upgrading from a Model 3, I think you're going to be really blown away, especially if you have an older, like 2018-ish Model 3. Then it's going to be night and day. This car blows that one out of the water. If you're coming from an older Model Y, I don't have a super early one. Mine, again, is 2021, but I don't think the differences are that huge. And, I mean, if you upgrade that quickly, I guess you shouldn't expect much. So overall, I think you'll really enjoy this one. I'm excited for it. And if you have any questions, leave those down below, and you will see me and maybe Giant Baby in the next video.